Welcome back to another video, and today I'm baking bread and I'm going to chat with you about my new nutrition plan that I'm going to be doing. So I told people that I was going to make bread, and a lot of people said they were looking forward to seeing my video. So I thought rather than add it into the weekly vlog, I thought I'd do an actual video of it and I will have a little chat with you as well at the same time. So let's call it a cook and chat video, bacon chat video. Food and chat, let's do something like that. I'm not sure. Anyway, let me know in the comments some kind of ideas that I might do this once a month and do like a cooking or baking and chatting with you video. Maybe I'll do a big meal prep video with you one day as well. Let me know if you'd like that. But today I'm going to bake bread, but I'm going to try and turn the bread into rolls so we can have burgers and my son can have pork patties and stuff like that. So I found this book, it's Grandma's Best Recipes. It has the basic white bread recipe there. I'm going to make it as bread, and then before I mould it into a bread shape, I'm going to cut it and make rolls instead. Do I know if this is going to work? I have no idea. But am I going to give it a go anyway? Yes, I am. I'm going to try. Let's see what happens. Hi, my name is Rachel. I am a solo mum to one. And on this channel, I talk about everything mum life, budgeting, frugal living, a bit of everything. So if you like that kind of thing, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. So let's get into the baking to start with. But I need to have a quick cup of tea. Yes, it's Yoda. My son loved Star Wars at one point and now doesn't. Now he's a football fan, but that's just kids. So the first thing I need to do is I've measured all my stuff out. I've already done that, I'm prepared, is to put the flour, the yeast and the salt in a bowl and mix it all together. So everybody's going to have a different way of baking bread. So watch the video, sorry, I just saw the cat jump over the fence. Watch the video, and if it goes wrong, let me know your tips in the description box below. So I've got my flour, it's 450 grams of white flour or bread flour. Now I did have bread flour in the cupboard, so I'm just going to use that up. So I've put my flour in, now I've got to put 7 grams of yeast in and a teaspoon of salt. So all of that is now in, and I don't know why I just put the yeast and the salt through a sieve. I don't know why I did that. But hey, now it's done, so we're just going to get on with it. And then it tells me just to mix all the ingredients together. Now, I don't know if that's right, because I think someone told me once that I shouldn't mix the yeast in, I should just leave it on the top. But I'm going to follow the book. Let me know what I'm doing wrong and what I'm doing right. Let me know. Next, it says that I've got to add a tablespoon of oil. Now, I don't have oil because I don't cook with oil. I don't have any oil in the house, but it says if I don't have oil, I can use melted butter. So I've got a tablespoon, maybe a little bit more, of melted butter. And then I need water. Where's my water gone? Water, I got it over here. I need 300 millilitres of warm water, and it says to pour that into. So I'm literally just doing what the recipe tells me to do, but there are so many different recipes out there. Now, is melted butter good to use, or should I be using oil when it comes to baking bread? Well, we're going to find out, aren't we? We are going to find out. So then it says just to mix this all up until it turns into a soft dough. So while I'm mixing, I'm going to quickly talk about my new nutrition plan. Now, if you've been on this channel for a while, you know that I used to have an eating disorder, and in 2020, I decided to recover from my eating disorder the same day that Boris locked us in. So I had to recover from my ED all by myself, and I did, but I still have some issues with food. But as I'm I'm 42 this year, so as I'm now in my 40s and I'm starting to reach my mid-40s in the next few years, I know that perimenopause is fast approaching me and it is on my heels. And I decided that I wanted to redo my menopause coaching certificate, because I'm already a qualified menopause coach, but I haven't done it for a little while, so I thought I'd redo it. And I think that I'm going to start changing my diet so it's more suited for the perimenopause. I feel like if I start now, before I get a lot more or any of the symptoms, then my body's kind of prepared. Does that make sense? I'm preparing my body for when it actually happens, and in the hope that by doing so, my symptoms are not going to be as severe or are not going to be as frequent as it may have been if I didn't look after my body. So next on the bread list, it is telling me to flour the worktop, which I am doing with, because I had a whole bag of flour, then I had a tiny little bit. So I'm just gonna, I'm just gonna use that up. And now I've got to knead it for 4 to 5 minutes. This is where it gets really, really messy. Anyway, I'm going to be kneading this for 5 to 7 minutes so I can talk to you a bit more about my nutrition plan. What I plan on doing is completely and utterly changing my nutrition. I don't want to call it a diet because a diet feels so restrictive, doesn't it? Like, oh, I'm on a diet, I'm not allowed to have this and I'm not allowed to have that. Where if you say I'm changing my nutrition plan to be able to fuel my body so my body can work the best it can, it doesn't feel so intense, does it? So I'm looking at changing my nutrition. The first thing, if you're going through perimenopause, in menopause, or just want a healthier lifestyle, the first thing is to have high protein meals. You're looking to have 30 grams of protein in every meal that you have. So that is the one thing that I do struggle with, is getting the protein in. So I'm going to look at getting a protein powder, but I'm going to look at getting a vegan one because I've had the whey protein before and it really doesn't sit well with my stomach. I feel really bloated afterwards. So I'm going to look at a vegan one. And some of the meals that I'm going to be having for like breakfast is going to be Greek yogurt with berries, chia seeds, flax seeds, nuts like pistachio nuts and dry cashew nuts, not roasted, salted cashew nuts like I've been having. I'm going to actually buy like plain cashew nuts, and then I'm going to drizzle that with some nut butter or seed butter or honey to give it a little bit extra flavour. And if I did that, and I've got to get the portion size right because obviously you've got to get your protein in, and I could even add in some protein powder to that yogurt as well. That will give me 30 grams of protein in my breakfast. Other breakfast that I could have would be a chia pudding. So chia seeds and milk. You can have almond milk or cow's milk or any kind of milk that you particularly like, with a couple of tablespoons of chia seeds. Leave it in the fridge overnight and you've got a chia pudding. You could even mix it all up in a blender with some berries and then add in, again, some more protein powder or something like that if you wanted to. Eggs are also a really good one to have for high protein breakfast. You could have omelette, scrambled eggs and avocado on toast because healthy fats are just as important to get in as well. So it's more about having high protein, getting the fibre in and getting some healthy fats into our body as well. So it's not about counting calories, it's about counting protein and making sure that you are getting the protein that you need into your body. Because as we age, our muscles tend to get weaker, our muscles tend to become a little bit flabbier as well. So by having the protein in and lifting weights is going to strengthen them up, which is also going to help your bone density and stop you from possibly having osteoporosis. So kind of like that's a big thing for me because my mum has really weak bones where she was knocked off her bike many years ago. It was a hit and run, very long time ago. You're talking about 10 to 15 years ago. So it was a really long time ago. But because of that, she broke her arm in many different places and she has always had trouble with weak bones now. So if she falls over, it's a bit of a worry. For lunches and dinners, I'm going to be having things like lean turkey, chicken. I'm still going to do some vegan recipes like my chickpeas and lentils and stuff like that. If you would like me to do some more videos on meal planning and meal prepping, going through perimenopause, then do let me know. But I did jot down some quick recipe ideas. So one is a Greek yogurt and berry protein bowl. So like I said before, having some protein powder in with your yogurt and lots of berries and chia seeds. High protein omelette with spinach and cottage cheese. Cottage cheese is a great source of protein. Protein pancakes, making a really good pancake, which I want to do. So maybe that should be my next video, making some protein pancakes and freezing them for breakfast and snacks or something. And then I can obviously have protein overnight oats with protein powder and nuts and berries. And then the last one I wrote down was a tofu scramble. If you are vegan, you can have a tofu scramble, maybe some nutritional yeast to make it cheesy. Now, I am much more a sweet breakfast person than a savoury breakfast person, but I could have the tofu scramble for lunch one day. Lunch ideas is a chicken and quinoa salad. What else I got? High protein lentil soup, cottage cheese and turkey bowls. So you can either have like deli turkey, or you can get some turkey mince and put that with some cottage cheese and salad, a bit like a taco without the taco. Tuna and chickpea salad, turkey and hummus bowl, that sounds good. And a Greek chicken pitta as well. And then dinner time, I'm looking more at having grilled salmon with sweet potatoes, beef and broccoli stir fry, eggplant and lentil curry, grilled halloumi and chickpea salad. Now, isn't halloumi expensive though? Isn't that really expensive? I'm not sure. Turkey meatballs with courgette noodles and tofu and black bean chili. So these are all on my list to make. If you'd like me to make them with you, let me know in the comments. But I am a snacker. I love a snack. So the snacks I'm looking at, again, is Greek yogurt with some almond butter or peanut butter or tahini, which is a seed butter. So I'm looking at doing that. Just some boiled eggs and hummus, turkey roll-ups with some cheese, that would be nice, and edamame, those ones, can't pronounce things, can I? With sea salt and cottage cheese and pineapple, which I've never tried but heard very good. Now, for someone that's had an ED and someone that struggles with their food still, that's going to be a challenge for me to do. But I'm prepared to challenge myself so I can have the best chance of getting through perimenopause as easy as possible, because it's not going to be completely easy, but by changing my nutrition and changing my exercising, then I hoping it will help. But I would love to know your thoughts in the comments. Anyway, my bread is done. Look at my bread, look at my bread. Okay, so what's it time me to do now? Now I need to put this in a bowl, put cling film over it and leave it in a warm space for 1 hour to rise. So that is exactly what I'm going to do. So I'll come back to you in a little bit. And I'm back. For you, it's been like a second, but for me, it's been an entire hour. And the bread has doubled in size, looking amazing. So now I need to do something called knockback, which is just like punch it, get all the air out, I'm guessing, and then knead it again for 30 seconds. And then I shape it into a loaf, but I'm making rolls. So I'm going to do what they've said, but then rather shape it into a loaf, I'm actually going to cut it and form some bread rolls. And then I'm going to put it on a baking tray, which I've already put some parchment paper on. And I need to let that sit then for another 30 minutes before I bake it for 30 minutes. Now, I don't have a bread maker. I used to have a bread maker, but I never got it right. Like, I could never get the bread right, ever. It always come out misshapen. It always come out where it wasn't cooked in the middle. So I much prefer to make it by hand. Let me know if you're the same, because I do watch a few people on here and they have bread makers. I just don't like them. I just rather make it by hand. The only problem with doing that is that it is more time consuming, isn't it? So, I don't know if I'm supposed to punch it. I watched someone do that once. But I don't watch British Bake Off. Do you watch British Bake Off? Great British Bake Off. I used to, when it was Mary Berry, you know, gotta love her. And the, Mel and Sue were the presenters. And then once they left, I didn't enjoy it as much. And, you know what most people are like when they watch the Great British Bake Off or anything like that. They all of a sudden turn into these amazing cooks and amazing bakers. My dad did the same, and he was cooking and baking all the time when he was going for a tough time. And then he started putting on quite a bit of weight. He put on a few pounds because he was making all these cakes and all these pastries and then obviously eating them all. So he doesn't do it anymore, which is a shame because he was really, really good at it and it was something for him to do. Maybe he'll get back into it now he's retired, who knows. But yeah, so I don't really know. Like, I'm not really a good baker. The cat's staring at me out the window like, you're going to give me treats. No, I'm not. Go away. Go on. Go and lie down somewhere. I don't know why I'm talking to a cat through the window. It can't hear me. It's like when men shout at football on TV. They can't hear you, but we still tend to do it. Anyway, this is a very rambly video today, isn't it? But I needed this bread again. And I said do it 30 seconds, sorry. I think I've done a little bit longer than that. But now I'm going to cut it up and form bread rolls. I've never done this before. This is brand new for both of us. And I might be completely and utterly messing this up. But if you don't try, you don't know, do you? Don't try, you don't know. I'm not going to make big bread rolls, just small ones. But I don't even know how I'm supposed to do it. So this is a very experimental cooking video. And I'm going to count on my lovely viewers that teach me so much stuff on whether I'm doing it right or wrong. So there is my first bread roll. So I'm going to pop that on the tray. Okay, let's get the next one. I don't even know how big to do them because they're obviously going to rise. They're going to double in size. Is that the right size? Is that too big? I might just do a mixture of different sizes and see what happens. I remember when I was young and I made bread with my brother, my mum just like let us put them into any shapes. And by that time, we were very cheeky teenagers. So some of the shapes weren't exactly rolls. They were a little bit different. And we did get told off for it. But being the little sister, I blame the big brother. It's his fault. He told me to do it. And he got in trouble for it. But that's what brothers and sisters are supposed to do, aren't they? Get each other in trouble for things that we haven't done. So hopefully this would work. But I have to form these into rolls and I have to leave it for 30 minutes again in another warm place to rise a little bit more. And then I've got to put them in the oven for 20 to 25 minutes. So they should be done just before lunchtime. But like I said, I can't eat bread because it makes me bloat. Again, I don't know if this is going to work or not, but it's worth a try. That's all I can say. So let me go on with this and I'll come back when they're done. So these are my very misshapen rolls. I'm going to do lots of different sizes to find which one is the best size to do because I really do not know. I've got to leave these for 30 minutes now, put a tea towel over them, and then I've got to bake them for 25 minutes. So the next time you see them, they should be all lovely and cooked and brown and hopefully not looking weird. But let's see what happens. This did not go well. The bread rolls come out like bricks. I don't know what I did wrong. I did exactly what the recipe said, unless, of course, there is a different recipe for bread rolls than there are bread. But these did not work. They come out like rocks. They are solid. And inside, they're not nice and fluffy. They're stodgy and pants. That's what they are. Oh dear. Anyway, at least I tried and I failed. But failing is really good because when you fail, you can live and learn and move on. So these are the rolls. And listen. And they're so hard. And then inside, they're just stodgy. So yeah. So bread people, let me know what I did wrong so I can try again. Is it the fact that I didn't put oil in it? Let me know. Is it the fact that there was no oil and I used butter instead? Because that went disastrously wrong. And I'm actually not a bad cook. I'm not the best cook, but I'm not a bad cook. But I was then. But hey, you don't know until you try it. And sometimes, yes, you have to waste food to be able to learn to do things. But while I've been waiting for the bread to cook, I have been researching different meals and I'm much better at cooking actual meals. So if you're still like me, don't be put off by my brick rolls. Don't be put off by them. If you still want me to do some meal ideas, I don't do meal of the week. And the reason I don't do meals of the week is because one, I've had an eating disorder, and two, I don't need the judgment of people telling me what I should and shouldn't be eating. That my son doesn't need the judgment of other people telling me that, oh, they don't eat enough, or you should do this or you should do that. So rather than put myself in front of criticism, just won't bother doing it. So there we go. I think when you're a YouTuber, if I can call myself that, I don't know. You are putting yourself in front of criticism anyway by coming on camera and doing things, and people are going to like put you down and say bad things and mean things to you, and that's absolutely fine. But I'm not subjecting my son to it, and that's why he's never on camera. That's why no one knows his name. That's why no one knows how old he is. And that's one of the reasons why I don't do meals of the week, because I'm not going to be criticised for what I feed my son. He has healthy, balanced meals, but there's no need for someone to criticise him or criticise me. So I don't do meals of the week. However, I am more than happy to batch cook with you and do some meal batch cooking. So like some egg muffins I can do, and going on this new nutritional journey that I'm about to embark on, happy to take you along with the ride and show you the good and the bad, the good meals that I make and the brick rolls that I make, because they went disastrously wrong. But never mind, these things happen. So I am going to go and make myself a cup of tea and carry on doing a little bit more work. And just put it down to an experience that I had. But yeah, this went disastrously wrong. Thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. I'm sure you're going to let me know what I did wrong, and please go ahead, because I can only learn from my mistakes. But if no one gives me advice, it's very difficult for me to learn. So any tips or tricks to try and make my bread rolls a little bit more like bread rolls and not bricks, then drop it down in the comment box below. Again, thank you for watching. I really do appreciate it. If you like the video, give me a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss any future videos from me. I hope whenever you're watching this, you're having a good morning, good day, good evening, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye guys.